make sure this is on.
Digital records.
Okay, let's clean these glasses up.
DJ Blazing.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode in the Talking Poncho's Palace. This right here will be 89 episodes. 89 episodes of the Talking Poncho's Palace. And I am very happy that we are here for 89 episodes of the Talking Poncho's Palace. And I'm very thankful that we are here. And my name is Poncho Blazing ATM. I'm Reverend Joseph James Holland. I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. I am staying saved. I'm living right. And I am doing God's will and keeping heaven my home. And speaking of this, we're just going to talk about three subjects today. The first we're going to talk about is the Splash Brothers and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson as they have officially come to an end. We're also going to talk about John Cena's retirement coming up, and we're going to talk about hotels. Let me go ahead and get this up real quick. Okay, so when we talk about the Splash Brothers, we talk about Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. For years, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson have dominated the professional league in the NBA. For years upon years, they have been excellent. And for years, they was the dual backcourt. I'm talking about in the point guard and the shooting guard. And you can only imagine on what has happened. Well, I'm here to tell you that as of a month ago, I believe, Klay Thompson has been sent to the Dallas Mavericks, which means that there will be no more Splash Brothers than Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. They was the Splash Brothers for years, about 12, 13 years maybe. I mean, they won four championships together: 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2022. Four championships with them together. They are considered the best ever backup duo of all time, the greatest backup duo in our time in the point guard and shooting guard range. And I am so happy that they got to play together because anytime Steph Curry and Klay Thompson both played together, man, they lit up the house on fire. Like, it's bad enough if you let one of them shoot, but if you let both of them shoot, then you are in trouble. I mean, think about it this way: you're in a ball game and you let one of them shoot and get on fire, you're already in trouble. But both of them, you might as well just throw in the towel and throw in your hands up because that's how dangerous they was and that's how good they played. And all teams hated to play against Steph Curry and Klay Thompson when they was in their prime because when both of them was on the court, you might as well say the game is over. When both of them play, oh man, there ain't nothing you can really do about it. So to see both of them play at the same night on the same time, they meant business. Uh, Even though their streak has come to an end, they made some magical moments together. And they will forever be the greatest backup duo, the greatest backcourt of all time in Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I would put them up against anybody in the entire world, honestly. I'll put them up against some of the best in the point guard and shooting guard range. I love Derek Fisher and Kobe Bryant. They was a great backup duo in the point guard and shooting guard range, but they was no match for Steph Curry and Klay Thompson when it comes to the backup duo in the backup point guard line in the shooting guard range. And while we are doing this, I'm going to go ahead and pull another song up. That way we can keep this rolling and keep it going. And while I'm pulling up another song on this situation, I'm just going to say thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the Talking Poncho's Palace. Oh. So now, while we're in the Talking Poncho's Palace, we're going to talk about John Cena's retirement coming up. Um, with John Cena now getting ready to retire, he has been the transitional star for years upon years. And I'm talking about when the Ruthless Aggression era came about. You had Randy Orton, you had Brock Lesnar, you had Batista, you had Shelton Benjamin, you had Victoria, and then came John Cena. Um, for those of y'all that don't know, in the Ruthless Aggression era in 2002, the Monday Night Wars came to an end, and the WWE draft already happened, where for the first time ever, it was Raw versus SmackDown. And for me, I'm Team Blue all the way. So I'm always going for Team SmackDown no matter what happens. I'm Team SmackDown, Team Blue all the way. And it made perfect sense to have John Cena on SmackDown. At a time or two in 2002, you had The Rock in Hollywood and coming back doing his thing. Stone Cold Steve Austin left around that time. He was supposed to face Brock Lesnar at the King of the Ring qualifying match, but the storyline didn't really make sense and make it out. So that's one of the reasons why Stone Cold left. And Vince McMahon basically just came into the ring, pulled all superstars from Raw and SmackDown, and told them to step up and bring it. Who's going to be that next star to take us to where we need to go? And when Kurt Angle made the open challenge, here came John Cena. And Kurt Angle just asked John Cena straight up, what is the one thing that makes you think that you can last in the ring with me? And John Cena aggressively said, ruthless aggression, and just slapped ass out of Kurt Angle. And from there, you could tell that John Cena was going to be great, but we had no idea that John Cena would be the actual man in WWE. I mean, he had an unorthodox style, and he did things different. But that's the great thing about life is you have to be different in order to succeed, in order to make a difference. With John Cena, it is no exception. And I love John Cena's determination because he was like, hey, I know I'm different from everybody else, so I'm going to have to bring it 1,000 times more better than other people. And John Cena will forever be one of the greatest superstars of all time. Hey, and speaking of that, before we move on, let me just say more grace to you, my brother MKOG from Nigeria. I'm so happy to see you online and on chat. We are tuning in to billions and millions of people watching around the world. More grace to you, my brother. And with John Cena, um, John Cena is one of those is that he's never going to give up and he's never going to quit no matter what. You can throw in the towel multiple times with John Cena, but the only way that John Cena is going to quit is if you have to literally make him tap out and make him pass out. And John Cena's had some legendary moments and matches over the years. For example, he won the United States Championship at WrestleMania 20 against the Big Show. His rap character, where he was a rapper, one of the greatest characters of all time, that really not only helped him out, but it helped the WWE make that transition to the modern era. And also, John Cena won the WWE title against JBL in WrestleMania 21. That was great. His matches against CM Punk was incredible. His matches against Triple H, one of his greatest rivalries, Edge of all time, RVD, Batista. But his greatest rivalry has to be, without a doubt, Randy Orton, another superstar that came into the business in 2002. The same way from OVW. Randy Orton, John Cena, Batista, Shelton Benjamin, Victoria, and Brock Lesnar all came from OVW in 2002. And Rico. I forgot about Rico. But John Cena and Randy Orton, my goodness, their matches were incredible. For example, SummerSlam 2009, who can forget that match with Britt DiBiase interfering? The match at Breaking Point, uh, that match was incredible. And then who can forget about Bragging Rights 2009? That's one of the greatest matches ever in John Cena's career. An I Quit match or Last Man Standing. It was either one. It was one of the two. It was I think it was I Quit. I think either that, either the I think the I Quit match happened at Breaking Point or Bragging Rights. Either one, because Kofi Kingston ended up interfering in that match in Bragging Rights 2009 to help John Cena win the title. And who can forget about that TLC 2013 match where they combined both championships together, the WWE and the World Heavyweight Championship together, to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Even though John Cena lost that match, you could tell he made Randy Orton even a better superstar than he ever was already. Um, just John Cena overall has done wonderful things. He's had good and great years, and he's had bad years. But overall, his loyalty in the WWE stands beyond others. Him, Undertaker, Orton, there's only a select few of WWE superstars that will stay loyal and stay to one business. And John Cena did. So his tour next year, this coming year, is going to be incredible. Will he become a 17-time World Heavyweight Champion and beat Ric Flair's championship reign? Only time will tell. It's going to be up to John Cena whether he can keep the schedule on keeping that 17th world title if he wins. And it's going to be up to the WWE writers and creators and production if they will let him win. And will he get a blessing from Ric Flair? If all three of those can come into a factor and come into a mix, you're going to be looking at a 17-time world champion in John Cena. But only time will tell when it comes to that. And one of the last things we're going to talk about are hotels. Hotels are extremely important all around the world. We have to have hotels everywhere. We have to have hotels. I mean, ain't no better a way to put it than that. Hotels are a must all around the world. Um, Now, recently there's been an issue, especially in New York City, where there have been a lot of immigrants in hotels, and we're allowing them to stay in there. Don't get me wrong, I love all immigrants around the world, whether they're from Jamaica, Nigeria, Australia, Canada, India, Russia, wherever they're at. I love all immigrants around the world. And they deserve nice places and great places to stay. But I'm going to be honest with you in this situation. Should they allow immigrants to stay in our hotels? I personally don't think that they need to stay in hotels I believe that you should set the immigrants up in nice apartments instead of hotels. See, if I was president, U.S. president, I would set the immigrants up in apartments instead of hotels. The reason why I believe that we shouldn't set our immigrants up in hotels is plain and simple. One, anytime you're traveling for a vacation or a trip and you need to spend the night, you have to have that hotel available for the guests. You have to have it available for the guests because some of the guests come a long way. Some just need to rest. And how can they rest if our hotels are full? Like I said, I'm not putting no disrespect on immigrants or nothing. They deserve nice places to stay. But I would set the immigrants up in apartments instead of hotels because we gotta have our hotels vacant. We gotta have our hotels available for everybody. If we don't have our hotels available for everybody, then we are in deep trouble because when you think about it this way, some people that take vacations or take trips, they sometimes don't have family or friends that they can spend the night at. So that is the very reason why that we have to have hotels for our guests. So that way they will be able to stay in a nice place. And also, when it comes to hotels, I believe that hotels should be in all cities, in all counties, and in all states. Now, that's just me. Um, I understand that some small counties can't afford to have hotels, but for the ones that are available to have hotels, we've got to have hotels in our counties, in our cities, and in our states. Not only that, but we've got to have hotels where they have breakfast and they have great breakfast. Because let me tell you something. I've been in some hotels here recently, and I'm gonna be honest with you, their breakfast has sucked big time. Their breakfast literally sucks sometimes. But now, for me personally, um, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and without breakfast, sometimes we can't function right. And it ain't fair for us sometimes to stay in a hotel only to eat the hotel breakfast and their breakfast suck. So we've got to have better breakfast for our hotels. And with the hotels, I will say is that we got to have comfortable beds for the hotels. We've got to have great staff for the hotels. We just got to have a complete 360 turnaround all around the world for all hotels. Not only that, but we've got to start making it to a point where the hotels are affordable and where people can actually stay. Because not a lot of people can do timeshare. Not a lot of people have coupons. Not a lot of people have great deals that they can work and to get in the hotel for a free night or a discount on the hotel. So, as a world and as a nation, we have got to make our hotels much better and affordable and get back to the place where people can stay tonight actually without overpaying for a hotel. And as far as for, like I said, for our hotels, not only do our guests that take vacations and trips need them, but sometimes it may be doctors, it may be nurses, it may be preachers, it may be athletes, coaches that need them. Anytime you're in leadership in whatever you're in, I believe a hotel definitely needs to be available for you. Um, when it comes to the hotels, if our leaderships don't have vacancies, And if they don't have a spot to sleep in for the night at the hotel, then we are in trouble. Don't you know 90% of the time when you're in a comfortable and great hotel, your sleep is way much better. You're relaxed way much better. You can think and you are able to organize and plan for the future. This is why it's so important for our hotels to be on board. Um, like I said, nothing against the immigrants. I don't have no problems against them. I love all immigrants. I love all Amish people. I love everybody around the world. Whether you're white, black, you're an immigrant, whether you're short, fat, tall, skinny, no matter what it is, I love everybody around the world. Sometimes I may not agree with everybody, but I love everybody around the world. Because in order to be in heaven and keep heaven your home, you have to love everybody. And I do, honestly. And yes, that is the whole truth about hotels. They are unnecessary, and we do have to be comfortable and have privacy in hotels. Um, and just speaking of that, before we get into the last subject, let me just say, speaking of hotels, tonight on HGTV, there is going to be a special series that's going to air about a 100-day hotel challenge. And in that series, it's basically where they're going to be renovating hotels and they're going to be redesigning and rebuilding hotels. So I'm looking forward to that series to see what's going to happen. As a matter of fact, as soon as I'm off the air on this, that's what I'll be doing is watching that series. Um, but for this segment, we're going to be talking about also the original tribal chief versus the wannabe tribal chief. We're talking about Roman Reigns, the original tribal chief, versus Solo Sikoa in the wannabe tribal chief. Now, we all know that Roman Reigns became the tribal chief the day that he came back to WWE in August of 2020. And then at WrestleMania, after WrestleMania 40, Solo Sikoa became the tribal chief, the wannabe tribal chief. And the best part about this is a storyline where it's bloodline versus bloodline, and we find out who the best of the best is. I'm hoping that if Survivor Series comes this year, it'll be Roman Reigns' bloodline versus Solo Sikoa's bloodline, and we'll find out and see who the real tribal chief is and who the real bloodline is. But I like the storyline because it features some of the best of all time and the best of today's superstars. So I don't know who's going to win that matchup in the Tribal Chief era, but whoever it is, I am looking forward to see who will come out on top. And with this situation taking place, the WNBA has stepped up their game big time. Ever since Caitlin Clark has entered the WNBA, everybody has had to step their game up. And let me tell you, the WNBA is worth watching. It has some of the greatest women of all time, from Lisa Leslie to Don Stolling to Sue Bird to Swish Cash, Cheryl Shoops, Cheryl Miller, Diana Taurasi, and now we're seeing great stars like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Uh, just the list goes on and on. And I don't know what's going to happen next for the WNBA, but whatever it is, hey, you've got to tune into the WNBA because they are great. And the WNBA honestly will have you up on your feet all day and all night long, all game. So it's just a matter of who is going to be on top and who will be the new face of Harlan County of HC. As you all already know, I'm the face of HC Harlan County. I've been the face of Harlan County HC since August of 2010. And I dare for anybody to say that I'm not. I dare for anybody to say that I've been faking this whole time. Because if you do, I'm just going to tell you that I am the face of HC. And that's how it is. And speaking of that, um, I don't know who's going to be the face of HC, honestly. I'm looking at great candidates like Johan Gist, Charles Skidmore, and the list goes on and on. Kylie No, I've been looking at her a lot as of lately. Jade Burden. Um, we've got some great people that could be the face of HC. But the thing about this is, who wants it more? Who wants that brass ring? Who wants to be on top? It ain't easy being the face of a county. It ain't easy being the face of a nation. It ain't easy being the face of a country. It ain't easy being the face of anything. If it was easy being the face of anything, everybody would do it. Like Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns said from day one that he's the tribal chief and the head of the table of the bloodline. And since then, he has proven himself multiple times. Same here. I'm the social media and YouTube legend and future first ballot Hall of Famer. And I am truly blessed and grateful of the life that God has given me over the years. So whoever becomes the face of the HC, face of Harlan County, I am going to be so proud of them. I'm going to be looking at them every day, and I hope that they do a real good job. And Trent Noah, I've also looked at Trent Noah as of late too. So it's just a matter of who wants it. Hey, when I took the face of Harlan County HC, I said from day one that I was going to be the man. That was going to be the face of HC. In March of 2010, I made a statement saying that I will be the face of HC. And since then, I have not slowed down at all. But I'm not for sure what is going to happen. But whatever happens, we'll see what the future holds. And before we let you all go, we got about 2 or 3 minutes left. Let me just say on what's happening here as of late. The Possum Festival will take place in September the 7th of this year. I think it's going to be taking place in Cumberland, Kentucky, I believe. I'm not for sure officially about the Possum Festival, but I know it will definitely take place September the 7th. And next year, we're looking forward to Hillbilly Days in 2025 in April. That's going to be something. If they still have the Black Gold Festival this year in Hazard, Kentucky, I'm going to try to plan on going to that. I'm not for sure officially yet. I hope I can make it there. We'll have to see what the future holds on that. And for those of you all that participate in Operation Christmas Child every year, that's a great thing to get into. So just definitely think about considering doing that because a lot of kids and a lot of families around the world are truly blessed when it comes to the Operation Christmas Child for everybody. And to my GFR Incorporated leaders, from Alyssa Grubb, the GFR Incorporated chairperson, to Amanda Neal, the GFR Incorporated GM, to Missy Mears, the GFR Incorporated Assistant GM, to Mary Whitaker, the GFR Incorporated CEO, and to Brooklyn Woods Sutton, the GFR Board President. Thank you all so much for um, taking leadership to another level. Thank you so much for taking control on days that I can't be there. I truly appreciate you all. And in times that I'm in special functions, in time that I'm in special events, I truly appreciate you all so much. And who knows, MK, M MK OG, who knows? You may be a part of GFR Global Force Records someday. You may be a part of GFR Incorporated. Hey, because we love some international flavor in GFR, if you know what I'm saying. We got to have flavor all around the world. Hey, in our record label, I think you would be a great fit. And just to everybody around the world, thank you so much for always supporting me and everything that I do. And I definitely appreciate that. And we are, after today, only 10 episodes away. 10 episodes away before we hit the 100th episode on the Talking Poncho's Palace. Can you believe that we are in 4 years of the Talking Poncho's Palace? 4 years. And we are still going strong 4 years later. So it is a true blessing that we are still here doing great things. And we recently just celebrated our 3rd year church anniversary in One Way Ministries. Yeah, 3 years, 3 years. We really started out as One Way Pentecostal Church in February 2016, but then we transitioned to One Way Ministries on July 26th of 2021. And it's been 3 years, and we're still going strong in our church organization. And for our 3rd year church anniversary, instead of getting gifts for our prophetess and for our leader, our shepherd, and our uh, founder, we took her along with me and One Way Ministries, of course, to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And let me tell you something, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee is tremendous. I love that they bounce back, and I'm so happy for them. So just continue to pray for Pigeon Forge because they have overcome all odds ever since that fire has happened. And I'm very thankful for them so much. And we are just about out of time. So we thank you all so much for all that you all do. And we thank you so much for tuning in on your time to the Talking Ponchos Palace. And we will definitely see you next time. And next time it'll be episode 90 of the Talking Ponchos Palace. So we are great and we are ready for the future and ready to see what will happen next. Take care. And I'm signing out right now.